Hi guys, this is Nick. As an introduction, I think I need to say that I'm a lost soul trying to find some ways to romanticize life. I'm 29, I've resigned 5 months ago. I've been working as a social media storyteller for big brands, but at some points, I felt like I need to pursue my own dreams. Speaking of dreams, I always wanted a creative community where we can share our thoughts, our creative process, where we can collaborate. That's why I wanted to use this luxury. Social media to find my people, build a kind of community that I've been always looking forward to participating in. I've promised myself to post once a week, no matter what. And that's why this is my first video that I'm talking to the camera in English specifically. I'm an Iranian and I've started speaking English for 3 years, almost 3 years. So if you guys heard any grammatically awkward phrases or a Persian accent, please accept it as the essence of my existence. As you've seen in the title, we're going to discuss the loneliness, and specifically loneliness in public, in crowd, which is so weird because the point of being in a group and community is to not feeling lonely. But at some points, at the end of the day, all of us felt the same in some groups. So I just found this article, which was, I'm going to look at the article, sorry, um, which was mind blowing for me because, I feel always, not always, but sometimes there are some situations that you feel like really lonely, even though you're in a crowd, even though you're in a specific event, even though you really wanted to be in that specific position. But once you're there, you feel like, okay, you feel empty. Guys, have you seen I'm sorry I got distracted, but I fucking love this I don't know, pins. So but suddenly I felt like I need to show this. Okay, my biggest question for this video is, why do we feel alone in crowd? Based on the US Surgeon General's advisory, the strange thing about modern loneliness is that it does not always look like solitude. We want to ask this question, okay, if I disappear tomorrow, would anyone really notice here? Which is a good question. I think, for example, I couldn't feel the belonging in my previous role at all, Yeah, nothing, I feel like, okay, nobody cares. Loneliness is not necessarily the absence of people, but it's the absence of meaningful connection. Social isolation is objectively having few relationships, but loneliness, it's the painful subjective feeling that the connection you need is missing. And this is why someone can be physically surrounded by people and still feel empty. I think the gap between the connection we want to feel and the connection we feel is the reason that we can't find intimacy in our relationships. This article says that we are connected right now in quantity, but starving in quality, which is true. We have this option to be aware of our friends' daily stories. When we want to have a conversation with our friend, I think that there is a wall between us, there is a glass wall between us, which avoid us to get deep. And somehow I think we are not really open to get deeper and deeper in our relationship, which is questionable because I think the concept of trust right now is so important. It's so hard to trust each other at this point because people are going crazy. But at the end of the day, I think all of us need a person who we can rely on, who we can call at 2 a.m. if we face a big problem. We always want that intimacy in our relationship. The report defines social connection has 3 fundamental parts. The first one is structure. It means how many people are in your network and how diverse those relationships are. And the other part is function, what those relationships actually provide. emotional support, practical help, information, care. And this is so crazy because in my group of friends, I think I have different friends from different backgrounds, and I have separate conversation with each one of them. I think it is essential to have this community and have these qualities with with different groups of friends, but I think we have to make sure that those relationships are safe, are meaningful, are secure, and nourishing at the end of the day. It's not just destructive, which is the quality part of our social connection. Modern life often gives us structure without function. It means we have big groups of friends, we have followers, we have, I don't know, communities, events that we usually attend to, but the conversation are not that meaningful, or not necessarily meaningful. You can have a deep conversation with someone who you don't even know who they are, but the conversation can be deep, but is it repetitive? Is it a kind of relationship that you can lean on? I think it's a bit complex. We think deeper about our connections and see who is in which group. You can see that the traditional form of social connection are going to be faded. Right now, we experience less attachment to local communities, less involvement in religious group, clubs, unions, fewer close friendship over time, and more people living alone. And this doesn't mean that old structures were perfect, but the point of the argument is that humans need repeated spaces of recognition, which is so fucking true. We need places where people expected to see you again, or we need places where your absence is meaningful. We need places to give us a shape, or a kind of identity, a kind of places that gather humans, celebrate something together, or grieve together. I think nowadays these places are getting faded more and more. It is still a bit depends on where you live. I think the bigger cities are getting more crowded, but the sense of community is missing. Definitely, when we talk about loneliness and when we talk about modern life, we have to consider the role of technology. Definitely, as a person who raised with technology, I think it has advantages and disadvantages. In terms of quantity, technology actually gives you the access to more people, more communities, more beliefs. On the other hand, it can reduce the quality of the conversation. It can monopolize attention. It can increase the comparison, fear of missing out, which gives you negative feelings, gives you the illusion of being lonely. It can weaken our self-esteem. The most important part is when in real life we have an eye-to-eye conversation, when we have in-person conversation, we add our phone as the third party. I think this is the part that we can control, at least. The crazy thing about modern life and its relationship with loneliness is that loneliness is also architectural. One of the strongest ideas in the report is that social connection is not just personal, it's environmental. It is shaped by housing, public transportation, parks and libraries, workplaces, schools, local businesses. In other words, loneliness is not only a private failure of not trying hard enough, it can be designed into a society. If a city has no walkable spaces, no public benches, no safe parks, no libraries, no affordable gathering places, no time after work, then the connection becomes a luxury good. My personal experience when I visited Bangkok, I think the whole city has been designed for social gathering. Maybe that's why people want to move there. I think that the whole city serves communities and serves connection, deep conversation, connections. People are willing to have this meaningful relationship with you, and the city also serves for this goal. The most important part of this article, which was really alarming, which was the reason that I believe we need to stop what we're doing now, and we need to build our community is this: the body experiences this connection as danger. It can cause a lot of disease like premature death, stroke, dementia, depression, and anxiety, self harm, poor sleep. This matters because loneliness is not only psychological, but it is biological. As far as the society is built of us humans, we need to be more kind to each other. We need to have the capacity to accept different ideas, different beliefs, accept each other the way we are, and be kind to each other, be trustable more, maybe be ready to help each other in some cases. I don't mean the toxic love bombing thing, but I mean, be more, have more common sense. At some points, I think we need to educate each other and accept each other's souls. To wrap this up, I think we just live once and we need to pay attention to this friendship maxing process. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tell me what you're thinking about this topic. Please share your thoughts with me. I can't wait to have conversation with you guys, and you would make me very happy if you like this video and put your comments there. I can't wait to read your thoughts and hopefully see you next week. I'm not sure if next week I'm gonna talk to the camera, but bye bye, Azizam. Enjoy life.